All right, hello. I am Lil'Mac, and thank you for taking an interest in watching this video. The reason I'm making it is because I made my very first YouTube video and posted it on my very first channel just a couple days ago, requested feedback, and one of the best pieces of feedback I got was from the Devil Hawk, and he essentially let me know that I probably should make an introduction video as opposed to using my let's play to introduce myself. So I'm taking his advice because I agree with him, and I'm just going to go ahead and do that here. And I kind of also view this being kind of the start to what will be a blog section of the site. On the off chance some of you may be interested in getting to know me, I hope I'm not being egocentric about that. But the reality is when I meet personalities I enjoy on YouTube channels, I like to kind of get to know a bit about them, and I'm going to remain optimistic that you at least quasi enjoy some of the things I put out, or you wouldn't be watching this video. So I am an ex-Army officer. I served for 10 and a half years as a field artillery officer, deployed to Afghanistan, and for personal reasons, had to medically retire, which has placed me in a weird spot where I've got a lot of time on my hands, and I'm not in a place where I want to go right now and start going hardcore into working. I need to kind of de stress. And this seems like a great way to pass the time, to enjoy myself, and also share with other people and enjoying part of what I do and add value to the community. How do I plan to add value? So there's a ton of Let's Play videos out there. Let's keep it real. Am I thinking I'm going to come in and be super unique? Probably not, but I'm proud of what I do. I like to share it. And it kind of, for me personally, the selfish reason is it adds an extra dimension to when I play. It adds a purpose to it as opposed to just playing a game. It kind of it adds some value for me personally because I get fulfilled by feeling I'm adding value to other people, not just myself when playing the game. And for the non-selfish reason, and where I feel I can add value, is what I want to provide is probably not a unique experience, but I think it's going to be a fairly. I don't think it's something that's people. I've seen a lot of different things, but I've never seen anyone dive straight into this. So I'm going to focus, at least initially, on Let's Play videos. They're going to be Iron Man playthroughs. They're going to be of newer games typically, though I may go back to some old schools every once in a while. And I'm going to try to make it my very first playthrough for the Iron Man. My logic for this is I mean, anyone who's played KOTOR remembers that Revan moment, right? Where you realized, and spoiler alert, but by this point, if you don't know, you're Revan. And it was just a what the moment, and it was an amazing moment. And there's a few other moments I've had with other video games, uh, but it's weird realizing that you can't ever get that moment back. You just can't. Not in any video game you play. That you can't. The first experience is always the best experience. It's not that there isn't value from going through and doing replays, but you can never play a game for the first time twice. And I want to enable that to a point by, even if you've played a game before, you can experience that through me. And I know that has value because I have enjoyed that experiencing it through other people, but I haven't seen a web or a channel truly devoted to that, and which is what I'm going to try and do. And in not layman's terms, but an analogy I say is if we have any young viewers for whatever reason, I don't want to get too detailed, but you know how when you were a kid, just how special and magical Santa Claus was. And when you get older, he just loses some of his mythology for obvious reasons. But when you have kids or you're around kids who are experiencing Santa Claus for their first or second time, a lot of that magic comes back. And it's an enjoyable experience. And I'm not saying you're going to get quite that experience watching my videos, but that's the gist of what I'm looking to do. You're going to know something sometimes maybe on a video that I'm watching, and you're going to get to see my reaction to it, which maybe it's not. And that's my dog. I've got three dogs. Maybe that's not or something everybody's going to enjoy, but I'm imagining there's got to be some people out there who are going to enjoy it because, and I know that because I enjoy doing it with other people. So that's where I'm planning on going with this site. Uh, I'm new, so keep in mind this is going to be a learning experience for me. Another reason is I've because of my what I did in the army, I never dealt much with multimedia because I never had to. The army is very modern in some ways. When it comes to blowing things up, you know, second to none. But when it comes to like social media tools and that kind of thing, uh, not necessarily our forte. So part of this is also trying to catch up for me, catch up with the modern world through doing. You can only learn so much by reading and research. At the end of the day, you just got to do it. If I'm going to do it, I'm just going to go all in and do this to the best of my ability. So that's the gist of who I am and what I'm trying to accomplish here. I hope that's something that interests you. And where I post this, I think I'm going to kind of turn this. I'm going to make this. It'll be the only video in the playlist right now. But what I'll probably do is turn this playlist into kind of like my little personal section to communicate with anybody who's watching. And as much as I'd love to build up a ton of subscribers, I'm not going to lie about that. At the same time, even if I never do, if there's just a few people out there that enjoy listening to my videos, watching my videos, I mean, that's great. I mean, if I'm communicating, if there's just one person out there who says, "Wow, I like watching this guy's stuff," for me, that's enough. That in and of itself is enough. Um, so what I do want to be clear on is, so one, I'm going to probably edit in a list of people I've subscribed to with this actual channel, which is the Little Mac McG channel. It's kind of an acronym. Little Mac, got a little four-leaf clover, as you probably already observed. And I've subscribed to some pretty for me, at least I believe, famous internet or YouTube channels that inspired me. So another reason is if you kind of want to know why I'm doing what I'm doing, these channels inspired me. I've subscribed to them, so if you enjoy my stuff, maybe you'll enjoy theirs. I know who they are. They have absolutely no clue who I am, but they have motivated me and inspired me to start doing this and kind of add to the gaming discussion and kind of become a part of the gaming community much more than I have been in the past. Jim Sterling is a great example, though, of a channel that I thoroughly enjoy. I like watching it. I agree with a lot of his points, but I'm not going to be trying to copy his style. I don't want to mimic him. He's got a real niche on being who he is and being very critical of the gaming industry. His criticism is something that I do think adds value. It adds discussion, and I think it's worth checking him out if you don't know who he is. There's some of the subscribers are these big famous things. I have a few subscriptions for little sections of just kind of they don't have any subscriptions either. They just one way or another, I just stumbled upon their channels, and I've only got like eight. I think eight of them. So I'm not talking like a huge list. And I personally had value there. So, if you like me, maybe check them out. But wait, back to Jim Sterling. I really like him, and I like what he's done, and I appreciate the value he adds with his discussion. But I'm not trying to be him. He's definitely got that criticism of industry piece down. I am going to choose to have kind of a more positive way of looking at this, and what I mean by that is I'm not out. I'm not a corporate shill. Okay, trust me. I wish I was getting paid to do this, but I'm not. Um, and but I want to kind of keep a positive tone. I've seen and done a lot of negative things in my life, which I don't need to be using you all as a therapy session, but I want to start looking at the positive parts and the positive things. And I will love to do let's plays and reviews on any game and give honest criticism, and I'm willing to do that with great games, good games, and even down to the mediocre level. If I find a game that I just find is not enjoyable to play, is a publisher that is just they might be kind of crooked or whatever. I mean, you just got bad apples out there. I don't feel the role I want to take with this website or this channel is not to point that out because there's plenty of other web channels that do that. So I'm just kind of if it's not a fun game to play, why would I want to play through it? Why would you want to watch me play through it unless I was making fun of it? And that's just it's not a discussion or person. It's just not for me to head down that route. I'm not critical of other people who use comedy and satire to make a point, but that's not who I'm trying to be with the channel. And I just wanted to put that out there because you're going to see me being pretty optimistic in the videos because I'm out to support the gaming industry. And if I like the game, I'm going to be out to support the developer. I will point out bugs. I'll point out minor flaws. I'm not saying I'm going to, I'm not going to put a rose-tinted glasses on everything. If there's an issue, I'll point it out in the video. But my intent is to look at the positive before the negative. So you know where I'm coming from. and that's about it. So glad to make at least introductions from me to you. If you would like to introduce yourself to me, feel free. I've got my email posted on the website, and it's ltlmacmcg@gmail.com. It's short for Little Mac McG. A lot of people think it stands for lieutenant, but no, I retired as a senior captain. Just just so you're trying to introduce myself. But that's not my life anymore. I'm moving away from that, and I'm going to get back to my roots, which is a video game nerd. I love Star Wars. I love video games. I love Star Trek. I love math. I love finances. But I don't mind getting my hands dirty either. So I hope I hope I get to know some of you all moving forward, just like I hope you guys get to know me. I hope I add value. I appreciate your time. And moving forward on this channel, if I've ever got something I want to say, feel I need to say, or just even if nobody listens, I just want to put it out there, I'm going to do that here. And I intend for the next at least couple months to be posting. My goal is at least a decent sized video a day. I'm not saying I might miss a day or two here and there, but at least for the next month or two, I really want to go at it and really get some meat to the channel. So I hope you also subscribe if you haven't already, because I value those subscriptions. I'm not gonna, I do, but I also think the value to you is I'm gonna be updating stuff, and if you like the stuff I've already put out, you're probably gonna like the rest of it. So, or at least some of the rest of it, and it'll let you know. But that's about it. It's been a pleasure. Wish you the best, and hopefully, you're going to continue sticking with me. So, thank you for watching and taking the time to get to know me. I appreciate it.